Leaving a list of these ingredients and how much you can get them, and the quantity you can get. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. It's your girl again. Okay, good luck. And if this is your first time coming across my video and you like this kind of content, please do well to press the subscribe button and click on the notification bell to get notified whenever I make a post. But if you're a returning subscriber, then thumbs up, you're the real OG. So let's dive right into the video of today. So in today's video, I'll be discussing with us how to manage 40,000 Naira food budget for a family of 3. So now, if you're a family of 3 or 2 and your budget for the month for food is 40,000 Naira, this is the right video for you because I'll be explaining extensively on this topic. So guys, this budget will be very beneficial for people who have fridge, and even if you don't have constant light, at least 13 hours light in a day. For a family of 3 to survive on a 40,000 Naira food budget in a full month, guys, you have to be very intentional about what you eat and the portion you eat, most especially, because even if you apply this and you don't cut down a little on your portion, it would still not give you, it will still not be an effective way to go about it. So in a month, what I do is I make 2 different kinds of soup and 2 different kinds of stew. And to be fair, I have experimented this over months, and I've seen that yes, this is what works for me, and that is why I'm bringing it here. I'm not telling you something that I've not experimented on, so I wouldn't want you to say this wouldn't work, because it actually worked for me. I'm an Igbo girl, so I love eba and soup. Well, it's not even a tribal thing. I think there are also people that are not Igbo that also like eating eba. So logically, I know that a month is made up of 4 weeks. What I do is I make, let's say for instance, I want to make egusi soup and obono soup this month. In my head, I know that any soup I'm making, any quantity I'm going to make, each of the soup should be able to last me for 2 weeks. So now, egusi soup would last for 2 weeks, obono soup will last for the remaining 2 weeks, and that has taken the part for soups. Now for stew, I also make the same thing. So if I want to make like beef sauce or tomato stew, or let's say I want to make beef sauce and tomato stew in a month, I would have to make a beef sauce into a quantity that would last for 2 weeks. Remember, you have 3 persons eating this thing, and you're going to eat from Monday to Sunday. That is 7 days a week, 7 days. So you should be able to make something that would accommodate for 3 persons for 14 days. Now, I would make the beef sauce that would last for 2 weeks, and the tomato stew that would last for 2 weeks. Remember, you are not eating to impress. You're eating to be healthy, first of all, and you're eating to be full. You're going out of your way to get things that you do not necessarily need. Stick to your budget. There's something I learned from my pastor. He says if you're going to the market and you make your list, and in that list you omitted, say, salt from your list, and you get to the market and you see salt, and I forgot to write salt in this list. Oh, I have change on me, let me use this change to get to the salt. Then that salt wasn't really necessary, because if it was necessary, like if it's something you actually needed, you wouldn't have forgotten it, because you wrote down things you felt that you actually needed. If you go home without getting that salt, next time when you're making your list, you would remember that you actually need salt, and you include it. So do not go about buying things that are unnecessary. If you're buying anything, remember you are working with a budget. I'll be using 4 different delicacies to make a case study, so you better understand what I'm talking about. 2 soup and 2 stews. Now the soups we'll be working with is egusi and obono, and then tomato stew and banga soup, which is ofaku. I'll be leaving a list of these ingredients and how much you can get them, and the quantity you can get. Another thing you should consider is bulk buying. Maybe in another video, I'll talk about it, how to bulk buy and how to, manage a certain budget while stocking up your house. Because when you bulk buy, things like red oil, salt, pepper, crayfish, and these little things, you have them at home. I stock up my house like every month because of my financial capability right now. If it was out of my way, I would have loved to like stock up, like maybe do my stocking up like every three months. If I have like a bulk amount of money, I would like to go to the market, get things that will last me for like 3 months or even 6 months, and then the next time I'm going to bulk buy would be the next 6 months. But for now, I'm working with a tiny budget and things are extremely expensive. So what I do is every month I pick out a day and I go to buy my stuff in the market. When buying your meat from the market, you should try as much as possible to buy from a particular person for a number of times so that you can get familiar with that person, and at least you guys can be doing like customer thing, because that is what I do and it has helped me. I mentioned meat 5,000 naira. I know you'll be wondering how 5,000 naira meat would cook 4 different kind of things. How I do it, I do not just go to the seller and say I cut 5,000 naira meat for me, or I raise one and start pricing, even though it works for some people. But up till now, I do not know how to price meat. And to be on a safer side, what I do is when I go to the market, I tell them to cut my meat like 100 naira sizes for me. And I do not just say cut 5,000 naira meat 100 naira sizes. No, because you're not going to get the most out of it. So what I do is I tell them, okay, cut 1,000 naira meat for me, 100 naira sizes. So they cut it for you, and when they finish cutting, you're not going to get exact. When you count it, normally it's supposed to be 100 naira, 10 pieces for 1,000 naira. But because you're buying like that, you will not get 10 pieces. Though the sizes are a bit smaller than the usual, but then it's okay. Ordinarily, I don't like big chunks of meat, so it works for me. And I don't know if this will work for you, but if you're like me that do not like eating big chunks of meat, then this is so perfect because it will be cut into like smaller pieces for you. Not like it's extremely small, it's a very sizable meat, like sizable, but not like sizable for people that love their meat very big. So I do that 100 naira sizes, and instead of getting 10, he would definitely do it well. So you would get like 13 or 14 pieces for 1,000 naira, and you ask him to cut another one and separate it for you, that kind of thing. Cut another 1,000 naira meat for me. But when he cuts the meat for you, he will still have to put, maybe in the second one you might get a lesser jar, maybe about 2 extra or 3, depending on how cordial you are with him. You'll see that you've gotten about 25 to 26 pieces of meat for 2,000 naira, and now you repeat the same process. If peradventure you get extra 6 or even 7 in the next 2,000 naira on, your guess is as good as mine. So at the end of the day, when you buy like meat of 5,000 naira, you'll be getting over 60 pieces of meat. So for a family of 3, you're going to eat a particular meal for like 2 weeks. So ordinarily you should be able to put like 14 pieces like for 3 persons. But no, we're trying to cut down on budget here. So all you have to do is in each meal you can put in like 15, 16 or 17 pieces. Normally what I do is I complement it with cow skin. I get cow skin. Those ones are quite cheap, not like the ones the meat seller cut. There's this cow skin you can get for like 500 in the market, or 200. You can get sellers that sell for 500. So if I get like 2,000 naira of that, 500, you should know that some of those things, like some of those cow skin, when they stay for a very long time, they smell. So you should try as much as possible to look out for fresh ones. They are definitely fresh ones. So you should look out for fresh ones in the market, and then you get from them. Even though they do not agree, maybe for 500, you can get 200. They are quite sizable, and look for like the thick ones. Well, it depends on your preference, but for me, I go for the really thick one. I love like thick ones because I have a teenager at home who loves omo too, so it's at a greater advantage for me. He prefers even the omo to the beef. So even if I get more of the omo and less of the beef for myself, it still works. So that is it for that. after everything you'll be spending, say, about 27,300 inclusive of gari to paint and rice to paint. I'm using the current price as at the day I'm making this video. You'll be spending about 27,300. You still have to yourself 12,700 naira to spare for provisions. That is if you're like the tea, cornflakes, golden monk kind of person. If you earn a lot higher, then feel free to be flexible with your spending, even though you got to use your head too, because money does not come by easily, but they will live in abundance and will live at ease by the mercies of God. So this brings us to the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed every bit of it. If you have other concerns, just drop your concerns in the comment section, or if you have questions regarding to this, just drop it in the comments. I will go through the comments and I will reach out to each and every one of you. Thank you so much once again for stopping by, and please, if at this point you've still not subscribed, liked, shared, or left a comment yet, please do so. Love you so much, guys, and till I come your way again, bye, peace out.